Hello, welcome to Davita's Stampin' Spot. I actually made it on time. I'm shocked. Hope you are able to join me here at 8 o'clock. Let's see if it's showing up. I was on a Zoom call with Demonstrator Council and thought they said an hour meeting, but they were still chatting when I logged off. So someone's going to give me the rest of the details on the meeting. So let's see if it's showing up here. Hopefully. Hardest part is waiting for it to show up. Ah, good, we're on. And I have a couple people watching. Awesome, even better. Hey, Julie. Hey, Cindy, thanks for watching. So just showing you my face. It's been a while since I've been on. I kind of felt like I was battling ghost or something that just didn't seem to work out to be online. But I'm glad to join tonight. When they said they had this special meeting today, I thought, oh, you've got to be kidding me. Chad forgot to tell us about it. So I debated, well, what do I do? And the funny thing is when he chose a time for our demonstrator council last January, the one time I said I couldn't do it was Tuesdays at 7. So he picked Tuesday at 7. So then I moved to Monday at 7. So tonight they chose Monday at 7. So what are you going to do? But anyway, it worked out well. And I'm here. All right. So I'm going to challenge all of us tonight because I think most of us are what we call avid stampers or the casual stamper, where we like to stamp and create and add bling and add ribbon and that kind of stuff. And I saw this idea a couple months ago and just fell in love with it, thought it was really cool, and decided tonight was the night to share it with you. So I'm going to flip over to the other camera. Oh, you know what? I bet it would work better if I plug it in. Hang on a second. I knew I was forgetting something. Let's hope it connects now. All right, we'll see. Hopefully it's going to say, oh, I'm ready. Make sure it's all connected here. Oh, yep, there we go. Awesome. Yeah, I think that light's a little better. What do you think? We'll see how it goes here. All right, so I told you to have a piece of cardstock ready, and this is our 5.5 by 8.5. And I discovered that I'm doing it 2 ways just because it's easier for me. But we'll see, maybe as we go along here, we'll get better at this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to score it at 4 1/4, so it's our regular sized card. Okay. So I know that when I have this card, it's going to look like this. So the first thing you're going to need to decide is whether you want it to go, as we call it, hot dog way. So it's like your long hot dog bun here. Okay. Now I'm going to put it back in here. And what I'm doing is I'm creating my guide because I can see my ruler, and I am going to have to turn that back on so I can see. All right. So for my first line, I am a 1/2 inch in from the bottom. And I want about a 1/2 inch from the end. So I'm going to go 5 to 1/2. And then I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to go to 3/4. And this time I want to have an inch. So I'm going to go to 4 1/2. And I'm going to score down to 1. And I bet you guessed it. We're going to go to 1 inches. And we're going to go to 1 1/2 and go to 3. Yeah. No, to 4. There we go, to 4. All right. Now I can see my lines there, but they're not real deep the way I want them. So I discovered if I grab my Stampin' Score, I'm going to do the same lines, but I'm going to do them again with the fat tip on the Stampin' Score. All right. So I'm going to come down here. The lines are going to match up. And I'm going to do the line so it's a little bit thicker. And you know how it is when you do it on camera. Something always goes wrong. Doesn't want to stay in the groove. All right. It almost makes it look like it's a snowy thing. All right, now let me show you a cool thing. So if you get things where you don't want it, take your embossing, your scoring tool, and just rub across it. And a lot of times you can smooth it right back out so that you can't see it. All right, so I'm going to try and do this second one again. Oh, it's being stubborn. Well, we're just going to go with that look, I guess. All right, so I've got my 3 lines. Now, I had fun playing with this. I have to admit, I didn't get to try it. I tried for about 15 minutes before I left for school this morning. And then I had about 20, 30 minutes before I took Kent to therapy to play with this. But I thought I came up with some cool ideas. All right, so here's the circles I told you about. You can do just one. Doesn't matter what size. It's going to depend on the image that you choose. I wanted to try this peaceful cabin. I love this. And when I see this, I just think of peaceful, quiet, serene. When you see those nights or days where it's snowing and you look outside, and I don't know, they always make me just feel relaxed and calm. All right, so I'm going to stamp my extra. I'm using Night of Navy. Did anybody walk away with my Night of Navy? I know you didn't because no one's been at my house for a while. Couldn't find my new one, so thank goodness I still had my old one. All right, so there's my house like that. Using Night of Navy, and I didn't tell you the circles I'm using for this are the layering circles. Awesome bunch of circles. You get 16 of them. They are not available right now. I believe next week they're supposed to be back in stock. Okay, so there's my house. Where did I put my paper? Here we go. All right, so then you need to decide, do you want the bumps going up or do you want them going down? And it gives a different look, so you can try either way. So this one, I think I'm going to do with it down. And this morning when I first started doing this, I had it going down. And then I was like, well, maybe we want to go the other way. The neat thing was all you have to do is put it back on the scorer and you can change the direction. So if you did it a way that you don't like, you can flip it around. All right, so here's my house like that. Oh, and I smeared him. Shoot. This old navy ink pad is very juicy and I keep smearing my ink. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. I'm going to lay this on the top. And then I found this saying in the set, may you enjoy the peace of the beautiful season. And I'm going to add it right up here. All right, there you go. That's driving me crazy. We're going to do that one again. So we'll stamp our house and then let it set before I smear it this time. You could always do a bigger circle if you wanted the whole thing. So we'll set that aside. So while that's sitting, I just have to show you this because I love this house. I have to show you this gift I received from Chris. Chris is one of my Stampin' sisters, and she gave this to me at our last team meeting. And every time after I log off, I go, oh, I forgot to show everybody. So she used the Mountain Air set. Look at the little cobblestone walkway and the river. Isn't that just beautiful? Then she put it in a nice white case for me in a shadow box. So it's just so pretty. I'm getting some beautiful things for my room here. All right, I'm going to grab some dimensionals and I'm going to pop up the big circle that's going to go on the back. And since this is holding up a little bit bigger circle, I went with the bigger dimensionals tonight. I'm going to put it, I like this because it just kind of looks like snow on there. So I'm going to move this up just a little bit so that you can see some of that. And then I'm going to pop it up just a little bit more. I'm going to add these on here too. So I was working on these and I thought, well, this is really cool, but what else could we do with it? So this was the simple one that I started with. All right, so put my house there in the middle. And this is what Stampin' Up! Talks about when they talk about simple. Stamp, I use my ink and a piece of paper. And the score, which if you're a crafter, you're going to have a paper trimmer. So that would be something very easy to add, okay? So then I decided I would try it the other way. So on this one, I did the lines this way. If you can see the lines there with the house and the greeting. And actually, I forgot to show you the very first one I did. I just did one circle. So even just one layer with the tree or the house and the same. So I thought that was cool. But then I wasn't done yet. So I love this little bear set that I opened for the first time today, which is really sad for me because I've had so much, I've had it sitting here and I haven't been able to use it. But I pulled out this little guy down here and I stamped him on 2 circles and I just did the little note card. And I thought this was a neat little card to give to someone. My heart is with you every step of the way. And that could be used for so many different occasions. So I think this will be a great card I can use to share with someone that I'm walking right beside them as they go through either good and happy things or hard and sad things. It's always good to have those cards on hand. All right, so next I thought, well, what if I turn the stripes and go 2 different directions? So you can see on this one here, I cut a piece 4 by 5 1/4, and I did the embossing this way, which it went down, and then I did this way and it goes up. So see how it gives that different look? And I got to looking at it and you could almost do it like it was braided. So do one line this way and then this way, and then do the next one and the next, and you get a variegated, but I didn't have time to do it, but I'm going to give it a try. So then I just stamped straight onto the card with this one. And then I popped that 4 by 5 1/4 up with a dimensional. So then I tried it the other way and I did it with 1/8 of an inch instead of 1/4 of an inch. So your embossing is a lot closer together on this one. And I did the trees, and the trees are from Evergreen Elegance, which is, I used this one. And then I used the trees from Snow Wonder. These here, no, it isn't either. It's not that one. Hang on. It's this one, the Peaceful Cabin. So these 3 are the Peaceful Cabin, and then I added in the one from Evergreen Elegance. And I just thought that turned out really pretty. Then I decided, well, let's try some more layers. So I stamped my tree. This time I did 3 layers with the circle. And because I wanted different depths, I used the foam adhesive sheets for the middle one, or adhesive strips. Then I used dimensionals, and then the bottom one is just glued directly on. And I thought it was a little plain up there, so that stamp set has a few snowflakes. And then you can see I did both of the embossing going up this time on that one. Now, like I said, it doesn't seem like this is very exciting, and it probably isn't. The only reason I'm excited is because I was able to do simple stamping and not feel like I was leaving things way too plain. Now, you know I like snowmen. So here's my last one. This is my snowman, and I used the rectangle dies. No, let's see. I used these Stitch So Sweetly dies. And I pulled out one that went around most of the snowman, but not quite all of it. And what I did is I stamped my snowman on scratch paper, and then I used 2 of the dies to cut my little snowman out so that I had my border. And I'm trying to find my piece here. I laid it here so I could show you. Now I can't see it. Well, what I did, I guess I'll just show you. So on a piece of scratch paper, I stamped my snowman, and then I used this die to cut out the large piece. And then I took this one and put it inside there. And the thing I found that was the best way to do this, let me show you real quick. All right, so we'll just use the, oh shoot, okay. Like this. Let's say it's this one. So you'll lay this one on there, and then this one. And then I just grabbed some washi tape that I had laying around here and used it to hold the two pieces in place. So when I ran it through the die cutting machine, it creates that frame, which I'm sure you guys have done that before. So it's not like it's a huge surprise. I'm going to show you, I pulled out some different dies that you could use with this idea. So this one is the Stitch So Sweetly. The dies from Scalloped Contours would work really well with it. I thought these two over here from Seasonal Label Dies would be a fun one to use. And then you've got your rectangle stitched framelits that would work really well also. And then your circles. So I am anxious to see what you create with this. I thought it was time for me to try to do some simple stamping and yet show that it can be just more than just a card with just one image stamped. And I thought embossing just added so much to it. See if I can kind of lay these out here. And I just got ink on the back of this one because I wasn't paying attention. All right, you're going to notice here that I put Stampin' Up! Just announced that December 8th, which is Wednesday, free shipping on a minimum $50 order. So that's a $5 savings. Plus then it reduces your tax in the state of Kansas because shipping's taxed for us. So look at your supplies, look at that last chance list, look at the clearance rack, and figure out what goodies you need. I think most of you saw that I hit my 200,000 in sales, and Lois Epperson was the one that placed her order that helped me hit my 200,000. So that was exciting. Just a quick update. Danae's doing really well. For those of you that didn't know, she was diagnosed with thyroid cancer the end of October and had her thyroid out in November. And that's why I have not been online. I've been able to be grandma and help her out. And we got mom's almost all moved over here, and we're working on getting her house sold in Baldwin. So I've had a lot of family stuff. So I'm ready to be back stamping. Save the date. I have cards and conversation at Bikes coming up at the end of December. I will post that information. I do have a card buffet this Thursday. It's come and go starting at 3:30. Let me know by tomorrow night if you want to join. And I think that's it. I always think of something else after I let everybody go. But let's see. Oh, Fran, you're right. Hippo and Friends would work really well too, wouldn't it? Yeah, that's awesome. All right. So this was kind of a create with me. I would love to see what you do with this idea of embossing on the edges with just your scoring, simple scoring, or your scoring blade on your paper trimmer to see what ideas you come up with. I have to admit, it was a lot more fun than I expected when I started this morning. So fun ways to just add a little something to your cards. Hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas. I will be on next Monday night, hopefully at 7 o'clock. And it will be, and I haven't decided yet, so I can't tell you what it's going to be. But I will see you next Monday at 7 o'clock thank you for waiting to watch at 8 o'clock tonight so that I could attend my meeting. And we'll talk to you later. Have a great week.